welcome to Gardener's World. No, good morning and welcome to Ben's Hort Hub. Today I'm going to be planting some bare root roses. This is Rosa mutabilis. It's a China rose and it's got lovely colour through summer right to autumn. When the buds come out they flower a peachy yellow, and when the flowers mature they're a rosy pink. And you get both colours on it at the same time, which is why it's one of my favourite roses. They also don't have many thorns, which is great when you forget your leather gloves. There are a few benefits to buying bare root shrubs and trees. The main one is, for many people, is they're a lot cheaper. You're not paying for the plastic pot, you're not paying for the compost and the cost of looking after the plants from a nursery. This is how they come. So there's a lot less material, there's a lot less rubbish involved, and in general it's a good eco-friendly option. Another point is they have much more established roots than you'd get in pots, and they can be quicker to establish once planted as well. They're also a lot lighter to handle. I'll show you a couple that I planted a couple of months ago. So behind me we have a couple of young Rosa mutabilis. They had one or two flowers, which is great because they were only planted a couple of months ago, and they put on quite a lot of growth as well. These roses require minimal pruning, and they've got quite a feathery habit about them. They're not very structural. They've got quite a loose growth habit, which is great. They sway in the wind and the colours are beautiful. It's really important with bare root plants that you keep them damp, because although they're dormant, you really don't want the small feeder roots drying out completely. So it's a good idea before planting to soak them and keep them wrapped up in hessian or keep them in a plastic bag so they don't fully dry out. And once all these are planted, I'm going to be mulching over the top of them so they've got a nice thick layer to protect the roots from frosts. I won't be feeding them as I would at any other time of year, because I don't want them to put on too much soft growth going into winter, because that will easily get frost damaged and die back. Time to dig some holes. So here is our first hole. It's really important when you're digging a hole, plant shrubs and trees, that they have enough room for roots. So I've dug this about twice the size that I needed to, so that the roots have room to grow out into soil that's not too solid. So 2 roses are going in here, and when you're planting shrubs and trees, whether it's bare root or potted, you want to make sure you're not planting it too deep, because that will cause rot. So it's really important you don't plant it lower than where growth starts. So I've placed the roses where they'll be put in, and as you can see the growth starts just above the soil line, so none of the growth that's on there now will rot. So the roses are now in. All of the growth points are a centimetre or 2 above the soil level. It's also important not to plant them too high, because you'll get something called root rock, which is where the plant will start rocking. Once it's more established, the wind will take it and rock it too much, and that won't be good for the roots. Now that these are planted, I'm going to give them a nice generous layer of mulch. When you're mulching, it's a good idea to take the mulch away from the base of the plant. This is also so the plant doesn't rot at the base. Usually, I would advise against planting anything this close together, because they will grow. But the idea here in this garden is that they'll grow into one bush almost. They'll grow into each other and fill out this space. So there we have it, both pairs of roses are in, and they don't look like much now, but next season they'll both flower. That will be it for this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer any horticultural related questions or anything about me. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, so that you get notified about my future videos. See you next time.